want to try to describe the feeling of being inside the caesura. In this context, it seems important for me to talk a little bit about Bion's way of writing. It is considered difficult, but stimulating. There are those who maintain that through his writing, he tries to awaken in the reader the same experience and creativity that is required in the consulting room. If one can withstand it, it evokes associations and develops the mind. I don't know if it is possible to fully understand Bion, but it is possible, by virtue of what he writes, to structure insights in oneself, that is, formulate one's own thoughts. Bion rewrites into an article a lecture titled Caesura, in which he details his thinking on the subject. The article Caesura is relatively readable within Bion's writings, perhaps because it is based on a lecture, and when he speaks, Bion tends to be clearer. I feel that part of the difficulty in understanding this article is that it contains all kinds of caesuras between sentences and paragraphs. Suddenly Bion jumps and you can't find yourself. You don't know exactly where you are, since Bion apparently continues the paragraph but jumps to another issue. Then you find yourself in certain caesuras, in situations of cuts in the sequence, but still there is a certain continuation between them. These gaps are the ones that, when you meet them, if you can contain them, they develop within you all kinds of lines of creative thinking. It gives you the same feeling you get when you read a book with parallel plots and start reading a new chapter that describes a plot you don't know yet. It leaves you in a void, and it takes time, patience, and mental effort until you start to get your bearings. It forces you to grow. Another way to illustrate the experience in the caesura is when someone asks a good question, say in class. After the question, if it is good, there will be a pause. Suddenly, there will be silence. That silence is like a caesura that opens in the classroom. If any of the students or the teacher speak, motivated by the desire to blur, they don't really know what to say in order to immediately cover this pothole, it will represent a type of collapse. It will not represent the ability to sustain the caesura and see what emerges from it. But if you can hold yourself in the space that emerges, in the silence that emerges after a good question, many things can grow. By the way, the koans in the Zen world point to exactly this experience, to leave you speechless, wide open, or in shock, and see how the mind and consciousness can grow instead of collapsing to what is already known. Grow with the process of life. Be faithful to the process of life.